Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to FishTec Live. We are at the Joey's Towing 2021 SABAA Team National Championships, which is a fantastic event. I believe there's some incredible fishing that's been going down there. So yeah, what we're doing right now, what is the time? 14:30. We hit it spot on, guys. How it's working is, I'm in my studio. I've been receiving some information from the guys off the water. We've got some photographs from them. We've got some information from them. We've got the exact location where they're fishing. So we're going to break it down and see exactly what these guys are fishing. This is something that used to be on ESPN Live years ago, where they used to show exactly what was going on, and they used to use CGI computer graphics to illustrate roughly what the guys were fishing. What we're going to be using is, we're going to be using FishTec HD fishing charts to show you exactly what these guys are actually fishing. So let's get started. First of all, can everybody hear me? There is a comment section there. If there is a problem, please let me know. If anything starts going weird, guys, this is live. So anything can happen, and we've seen it before where it's been a complete disaster. I forget to change the screen, the audio's off, the microphone's off, who knows what's going on. But if everything looks like it's going fine, yeah, Rowan Oberholzer's there. He says all going well. He says yebo. Yebo, I'm going to take yebo as all good. Okay, let's have a look. Where are the guys fishing? Let me merge that into there. Bring. Right, there we go. Guys, this is where we're fishing. The guys that are watching from overseas, if there is anybody watching from overseas, we're in South Africa, we're in KwaZulu-Natal, and we are at Albert Falls Dam. This is the venue for this amazing tournament. This is our Navionics chart. There we've got our locations of the guys that I've got information from off the water. That's their spots that they were fishing. So yeah, let's start with that. So what I'm going to do is, the first thing I'm going to change on my chart is, I'm going to go to the satellite, and let's have a look at the satellite chart. Now guys, what I've done here with the satellite chart, I've put a contour overlay on top of it. What this means is, what you see in colors, let's take this section here near where Nick was fishing. You see this 24-foot line there? That is the dam level. It's come down by, well, I don't think it's ever been up past this for a very, very long time. But the dam level at the moment is at 50%, 55%, somewhere around there. But we measured it and we saw it was about 24 feet down. So what I've done is, I've colored that in with the contours like that. So we're not even going to look at that information there. We're not even interested in that information there, because that's all dry land. The other thing that we got some information from some of the anglers, and they said the target depth is obviously between 1 and about 12 feet. So we add that 12 on top of the 24 and we get to 36. And you'll notice here, there we go. We're in that 1 to 12 foot range. Let's look where everybody was fishing. Does this actually account for everybody? Michael Cannon, yes, boom, he's right in that 1 to 12 foot range. Brendon is sitting down here. He's in that 1 to 12 foot range. Oh, that looks interesting. Nick and Jahnrich, we know they're fun. What's Benno doing down there? Okay, they're sitting out a little bit deeper, but it's a very steep drop off, and they're probably casting up onto the shallows. So yeah, they keep in mind, The waypoint is the boat location, not where the lure is landing, not where they're actually targeting. So we're going to look around it. Let me just check what's going on. Rowan says, yeah, everything's good. It's a yearball. Colleen says, everything's good. My sound engineer. All good. Right. Then there were some guys up in the north that I got some feedback from. These guys here, there's Wayne, Morne, Johan, and guess what? They're all in that 1 to 12 foot range. It's all open and we can see it. We can see what is going on. So, without any further ado, let's start with Wayne. What is Wayne fishing here? So let's zoom in here. Okay, so now what you've got here is you've got the satellite background and we've got the contours. I've turned off the very fine contours because it gets a little bit busy. Guys, I'm going to have to watch my time. So let's have a look at some photographs. Where's Wayne's pictures? Wayne. Let's just see what he sent us. I'm going to merge that in there. And that's Wayne fishing there. And the spot that he was fishing, there's those stump fields by Kalami that you saw just now. You can see, I think he sent us there's the location. So if you just want to confirm that that's what he's fishing. And I forgot to put his name up. Merge that into there. No. You see, this is what I... Wayne photos, and we merge that in. And then Wayne, I'll put that on top. How's that? That's better. Okay. That's what I was trying to achieve, guys. Okay. Sorry about that. A little bit glitchy. Okay. So we're going to turn that off. That's Wayne done. That's his photographs. Let's go back to see what was he actually fishing. So we're going to go back to the HDS. And we're going to merge that into there. Okay. This is what he's fishing. But what has he got to see on the FishTec charts? This is the satellite. You can in fact, this is so big you can see it. And on the charts, and Morne is fishing the same sort of thing, same sort of area. It's these stump fields. Wayne is fishing the smaller stump fields down here. But let's change that over to something better. It's called Aerial HD. Now, guys, this is something that I've done with a drone when the dam was very, very low. I'm going to change back to satellite just so that you can get an idea. Remember, this is where Wayne's sitting here and he's casting into these little stumps over here. I want to show you the difference between satellite and my Aerial HD with the drone. You're in for a shock. That's it. That's what you got in your satellite. I know the guys in the States are raving about satellite. Guys, remember, the Google Earth imagery in the States is very, very good. Here in South Africa, not so good. For what reason? I don't know. But this is why I got in there with the drone and we got it really nice and clear like that. Let's see if we can see it with the elevation. Yes, you can see it. So you can see which are the tallest stumps. This is like a form of LiDAR, a light distance ranging. You can see there's quite a tall stump there. So we'll go back to the Aerial HD. You can see that's the biggest one there in that group. So from what I got from Wayne, and Alistair gave me some feedback. He said this is a great spawning spot, and apparently these guys, these bass are spawning here. So do we have any other photographs to show what this looks like? You see these little things on the screen here, these little numbers, A349. What is that? So we're going to, there we go, we're going to tap on image. Boom, there it is. Guys, look at that. This was that very tall, here in the bottom right of the screen, that was that taller branch that you saw earlier. Now guys, have you ever seen anything on charts like this in your life? I mean, imagine the American guys seeing charts like this on their Lawrence fish finders. Their minds will be blown. You guys in South Africa have had this data. I started doing this, these high definition charts about 5 years ago, and I tell you what, there's so much you can get from it. Let's go over here to where Morne is. Morne is sitting over here. Okay, let's see, where's Morne? Let me get his, I'm going to get his pictures up here so you can see Morne. There he is. I'm going to merge that into there. That's Morne fishing up there, showing the spot that he's fishing. Let me see if I can get his name on there and get it right this time. Morne and Jaco Strauss, there they are. Team Salmo Lews. Okay, that's what they're up to over there. Okay, let's go back to this. Let's merge that back into there. Okay, what is he fishing? He's fishing these larger stumps here. So let's have a look. 186, what is that? Look at there we go. Can you see that? That's what he's targeting. Just imagine getting snagged in that type of stuff. Okay, let me see if there's another image there. A lot of guys forget about these images. They forget about these images. Don't forget about the photos on the chart. They will make a big difference to your life. Okay, who else? There's Johan. What is Johan fishing out here? Oh, there's these much smaller little fields here. This is really interesting. Do we have a photograph of that? No, we don't. We don't. But it's a much smaller, like little plowed field. And there's, you can see, those are not stumps. He's just fishing. No, there are little stumps in there, but very, very small. That could be an old wattle field, maybe. I'm not too sure. Don't quote me on it. But he's fishing these. It looks like quite. Okay, whoa, that's what he's fishing. I nearly missed it. You see that stump over there? Awesome. I just want to see if we'll see that on the mosaic. No, not on that mosaic. Let's see if we'll see it on this mosaic. No, you can hardly even see it. This was one of our first mosaics we ever started doing. You can see the quality isn't anywhere near what we do now. No, Aerial HD. So there, he's probably using that. Okay, so that's Johan and what he is doing. Let me just check how we're doing time-wise. 14:41. Guys, I've got to get moving here. Right. Nobody's fishing center trees for obvious reasons. Nick, what is Nick fishing? Let's get Nick's pictures up and see what he's doing out here. Let me get Nick photos up and running. Merge that into there, and then we'll turn that on there. Okay, Team The Force. This is Nick Vauglin and Leon Else. He's Mr. Victron Batteries. Or one of the Mr. Victron Batteries. And yeah, he was kind enough to participate and send me some information. I see he's running a nice ghost trolling motor there. So that is fantastic. Let's have a look what he was fishing. Right. Sure, I'll be honest with you, it doesn't look like much. It looks like sandy. There's obviously something in there. And I would say he's probably targeting something a little bit higher up this way. Let's just have a look what this 28 is all about. This is one of my very first images. Okay, so there are some stumps. I actually, this was taken many years ago, this photograph. I actually put my old life jacket on the ground there for the drone as a reference, so I could see it from the sky. And then at the same time you could do a size comparison to something like these stumps. But what's interesting is that you can't even see that stump. And I mean, this is on high definition. It's probably behind this imagery here. But anyway, that's where Nick is. He's obviously found something very subtle in there, and he's targeting that. Let me just see on elevation if there's anything that's really standing out. There is a slight little point that comes out there. You see like a little secondary point up there, and there's another secondary point there. So that's quite clever. So yeah, very nice. Guys, very often it's these subtle things. I remember doing a show with Martin de Kock some years back, and I tell you what, the things that he was picking up, I mapped it, but I had no idea. He actually had to say, look, there, it's on your chart. And I'm, oh, okay, I never saw that. And these are the things that are making the difference. So, interesting spot. Thanks for that, Nick. Jahnrich Venter. Okay, Jahnrich Venter is day one leader. Okay, he is sitting on the spot here. Where's his photographs? Let me get that in here. There's Jahnrich in there. We're going to fade that into there. Oh, I remember this boat. What a beautiful boat. Oh, I love this boat so much. This was one of the Etzel boys. It was their boat, but it's a absolutely beautiful machine. Let's see. There we go. He's running his hummingbirds, and he's got some good data there. I wonder where a hummingbird got that data from. Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, he's obviously picked a nice spot there. Let me just see if I've got his overlay there. Bassbusters, Team Bassbusters. It's Jahnrich Venter and Tobie Ace. There we go. So let me turn that off. Okay. Let's go back and see what were they fishing. Again, very subtle stuff here. Very subtle stuff. Yeah, you can barely see anything, but obviously this worked for him, you know. There's a little, it looks like a little hump. Let's go to our elevation view. Yeah, there's definitely a very little subtle hump there. You see that? That is interesting. I just want to check. I think he did leave me a message. Excuse me for a sec. I just want to see if he left it. No, it wasn't on there. But yeah, it's again, guys, it's these subtle little things that are making such a massive difference. Okay. So that was Nick. Okay, let's go down here to Benno. Let's see what Benno and them were fishing down there. They were obviously targeting this bank here. They're targeting right next to the slipway. Could be this grass here. You know, that's going to be in your, you know, targetable depth range. Let's just go to our satellite. What's it going to be on that? The shore is going to be here where I leave my marker now. There. So if we go back to aerial HD, yeah, you see these weeds here right next to the thing. Could be. Look, you don't know how the weeds are going to grow more or less or whatever, but certainly you're looking for a subtle change. Could even be targeting the slipway, you know. Either way, but it sure is interesting. Let me just see if there's something on the Ultra HF maybe. No, it was too low there. Although yes, no, there was. Look there. There is a slight little hump there. That's interesting. You can just see it on the mosaic. That one not so much. The Ultra F starts to show it with the weed line there. You could be targeting that weed line. That's a very easy cast, that. You know, from there to the shore, it's what, bit of a push, but most likely targeting that little hump there, which is very interesting. And you just can't see it from the aerial HD. Let's see if we can see it in the satellite. No, there's nothing in the satellite. Although that's getting a little bit deep out there, to be honest. Anyway. Right, who else did we get information from? Brendon, yes. Now this was interesting information. Let me put Brendon's picture up. Brendon, where is it? There it is. We're going to merge that into there. We're going to push play. Okay, this is Team Diverse Industries. Brendon van Zuydam and Lloyd Muirhead. They had a fantastic day one. I think they got around 11 point something kg bag. And he said to me, he sent me a photograph of what he's fishing today. He said it wasn't such a great spot, but he'd like to show us what he fished yesterday that really produced for them. So that's what we're going to do now. So, okay, so this is day-old information, but I still think it's very good information that he sent us. And Brendon, thank you for that. He was targeting this area. He's obviously sitting there, and then let's change that to one of the mosaics. Let's see what we got on the mosaics. There we go. Okay, I get it. He's targeting this river channel. This is the old river channel from Pelican Bay. If we go to our sediment chart, you can see it quite nicely there. Can you see that blue line running through there? That is your sediment channel. Plus there was an old road there. You see where he's sitting? This was actually very, very clever, because it's not just one thing. He's using a combination of things, because now you've got the channel coming in and you've got this old road there, which is really, really nice. Unfortunately, we didn't get anything on the aerial HD there. Mosaic 29. Oh yeah, we did. There you can see it quite nicely. You can see the road with the channel right here. Sure. You see, I wouldn't even think of something like that. It wouldn't even. But that's why I don't. That's why I'm not a good fisherman like what Brendon is. Well done. That's quite keen to pick that up. That's very interesting. Right. Were there any photographs? No, not close enough to show where Brendon was. There's a no. This is further away. This is going right into the corner of Pelican. That photograph there. Pity. Okay. Right. How are we doing time-wise? 14:51. Oh no, we got plenty time. No, I've actually been rushing too fast. Okay, Michael Cannon. Michael always comes up with, he really understands the FishTec charts. He really and truly does, and he certainly you know, makes it to his advantage. He sent me this, but let me show you some of the stuff that he sent me. Let me first put up his photographs. There we go. And Michael is a BassWarehouse FishTec team, and it's him and his dad Roy that are fishing. And I tell you what, these guys this morning had some fun. They really got some awesome fish. I think these two fish, let me take that name away at the bottom there. Just wait for these fish. Look at this. Imagine being in a tournament and you first land that, and then you land that monster. I think those two together are about 7.5 kilos. Just those two fish, which is, it's crazy, man. It's absolutely crazy. But I want to show you this. Now guys, you got to pay close attention to what Michael says here, because he is using all the latest tech to his advantage, and he picked up on something quite phenomenal here. Right, I'm going to keep quiet.
All we are doing is targeting, we are on spurring at the moment, targeting all these high points that we have marked here. And then what we're finding the key is, we use the active target, and then you scan until you see the weed patches, as you can see them coming up there, the top right corner, and that's the money. So as long as you can find weed mixed with a high point, we're getting a bite. We're targeting it with jackhammers and shallow diving crankbaits.
Very, very interesting. I hope the audio was okay there. But that part about using the active target in scout mode to pick up on the humps that have got vegetation on, very clever. Because a lot of this area here, this spur wing area, is very sandy, just plain sand, and it can get quite soft and quite mushy quite quickly. So he's really picking on something unique here. But let's get in here a little bit closer. Okay, watch this now. He's sitting out here. First of all, he's sitting on a point. Okay, let's just see what this would look like with the satellite. You see, you can see these humps on the satellite. You can see them quite clearly. But if you go to aerial HD, and let's say we're looking at this particular one here, which is probably where he could be targeting out to, okay, and you zoom right in like that, change it over to satellite. Can you see the difference? There's a massive difference here between satellite and aerial HD. The other problem with satellite is very often satellite is out. It can be up to about 35-40 feet out. Don't forget about that. So just be careful. So here what do these look like from a different angle? These little photographs here, let's tap on these little photographs, tap on that image. You see that? That's from the point looking back up sort of that northwest way. You can see exactly. You see there's a hump in the middle of the screen now, one of those very subtle humps. Then it seems to have like a little secondary little point there. I'm trying to get close to the center of the screen as possible. That was 243. Let's look at 244. Oh, won't it? There we go. You've got to be quite precise with where you press. Just a slightly different angle of it. You see, it's quite hard, and I can see. Remember, this was very early days before it really had a chance to get vegetation on it. But looking at this sort of clayish area here as opposed to the plain sand, it's very likely that vegetation would grow in that clay. So again, very, very, very smart. One more shot at it. Okay, that's that little offshore one that we saw. Again, can you see the difference between the sand and the hard clay with little holes and pockets in it? Perfect spawning area. Perfect spawning area. That is this little point there that we were just looking at now. So yeah, this is a really, really classic area. And obviously, you know, Michael has chosen a point. He's chosen a, you know, it's a combination of things. It's not just the point, and it's not just the humps, but it's a combination of the two. So I think that is some really, really fantastic information there. Okay, look, nobody fished the river, but everybody wants to know about the river, because this is the spot where a lot of things happen and some massive fish have come out, and usually it's just so busy that you can barely get in here. But as you can see, with the dam being so low, there's just no water here. It's just, you know, it's 24 feet down, so you're only going to have this little channel coming to just short of the boulders there. And basically, if you were one boat and you sat in this river channel here, I think you could pretty much block it off, unless you had some mates or whatever. But that's just an idea of the restrictions that you would have in an exceptionally good place to fish. I want to talk about another spot that I saw was really, really cool. I saw, I think it was Dave Thompson, the Bullies, Team the Bullies. I saw them targeting this here. You'll see there's an island here, there's like a hump out here. And that, if we go to aerial HD, you can see that's a very interesting area too. You know, you've got like a little hump islandy type setup there. Go back to your satellite from a depth perception perspective. It's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. It's in that 12 to 1 to 12 foot range. So again, a really, really good spot to fish. Over here, I saw a lot of guys over here. I popped in on Friday and I saw this was also a very busy area here. There were a number of boats fishing this area here. If we change that over to aerial HD, you can see a massive difference in quality. I know Martin likes this spot quite a bit. We did a video, I think I put it up on my Facebook page today sometime. But that's a spot that he likes to fish there. But guys, let me just see if there's anything else that we've missed. In the shallows here, yes. Let's just have one quick look here. I saw a number of boats inside here too, here by these plantations. and they were fish. Obviously you can see, because we can see it, it's between that 1 to 12 foot range, and that was also a very good spot. So I would have loved to get some feedback from the guys fishing this area. I think that would have been really interesting. We got no feedback from the guys fishing this very steep ledge here along the ridge, so that we're going to have to wait and see if we get any feedback from any of the guys at some point. But as you can see, in that 1 to 12 foot range, the guys had some really, really interesting spots to actually fish here. But I think the point that I'm trying to make here is the tools that we have with these charts. I mean, guys, there is just nothing that comes close to it. Anywhere in the world, if you take the combination of things that you have on one chart, on one FishTec chart, and keep in mind it's always being updated. It's always being updated. I mean, this year, when Albert Falls one day goes 100% again, and a lot of that vegetation dies, I just hope that wall, there isn't a problem with the wall, we're going to go in there and we're going to rescan it again. And as long as you've got a FishTec, what do you call it, subscription, that update is free of charge. So, yeah, guys, a lot of guys, if you know of anybody that hasn't used the charts before and you are using the charts, please show the guys on your boat or whatever, and just show them what is possible with a FishTec chart. Remember, there's no one single magic tool. In fact, there is. The one magic tool is time on the water. There's nothing that comes even close to it. Okay, but this is something for especially the guys that traveled from the Cape, the guys that didn't get a chance to come down and practice for this event. Excuse me, have a sip of water. There's no other tool. You can't take your active target, your Mega 360, your live scope, whatever, and practice on a dam that's hundreds, if not 1,000 odd kilometers away. FishTec charts is the one to do that. And any good angler will tell you, I don't care what you are, whether you KVD, Rick Clun, whatever, situational awareness, your intuition, your fishing intuition, combined with a good knowledge of what's around you, you can't deny that. A lot of people say, yes, I'll just get the Mega 360. I love the Mega 360. I think it's a fantastic tool. I think it's a must-have. If you can afford it, you get a Mega 360. The old 360, yeah, no, that you got to buy some Sangoma that comes with it to throw the bones. But the Mega 360 is crystal clear. You know what is going on. The problem is, before you were like a blind person, but now you're a blind person with a cane. You can see only a certain distance around you, and you can't practice with it, if you know what I mean. You've got to be on the water, and it's got to be within 50 to 70 feet around you. Charts is a different thing, okay? But the combination of the charts and the Mega 360, and then like Michael said, like with the active target, you know, scanning those humps. What a brilliant technique that is. So yeah, let me just put this back up here. I was going to fade that in. Merge that in there. Guys, I know I was meant to go on to 3:30, but I don't have more information for you, and rather than me just hobbling along, let's just I'm going to leave it right here. I think you guys have seen some amazing things. I can't wait to see the prize giving later. We aren't going to see the weigh-in because it's a closed secret thing, because they want to reveal it at the prize giving. So I think the prize giving is around 6:30, somewhere around there. Just double check on the SABAA team page, but I think it's around about 6:30. Don't miss that. It's going to be very exciting. If I get some feedback from the guys later and they send me some stuff, I can always do another video like this where we can do a post-tournament breakdown of what the guys were fishing and where they were fishing, and hopefully get some pictures of those beautiful bass like what Michael Cannon sent us. So all of you out there, thank you very much for taking the time to watch this. To all the anglers that submitted information so that we can do this, thank you guys. I thank you, all of you, and of course to Johan van Vielen, the tournament director and organizer of this trail. Really, thank you very much, and thank you for the invitation. As FishTec, we were very, very proud to be a part of this. Guys, take care. See you at the prize giving later.